So how do you make socialization between the foreign or or between the native around you?
With the native people around me,
Mm.
not with diaspora. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time we just interacted with people of diaspora because we just like we share the destiny, we share the burden of life with them. Like the most how to say, the time that we are really waiting the most is like eating program.
Oh, eating program.
with the diaspora.
Okay.
And they just, how is Indonesia right now? Indonesia is still fine. Okay. Just say like that. They are really friendly, but like the application of like Islamic is just like they sometimes they don't use hijab, although they are Muslim. They just sometimes they just use it during the Islamic ceremony, Islamic program, something like that. But interacting with foreign only when when we studied, we have a group project, and then we have to discuss. Then one thing that I have to give a thumb to them, admire to them, they really have a good critical thinking. Oh my goodness. So I think, what do you mean in myself? My God, we are really left behind. They have a high level of critical thinking because they like reading, they like learning. This is the their culture is like they have a good learning interest. Anytime and anywhere they are learning. Not like us getting on the bus, we are gossiping each other like the mother here. And they talk about like the rising of the ingredients in the traditional market. They don't talk about it. It's just like busy with their phones, like I don't know, getting knowledge maybe. They are. I can say that. Oh my God, it really opens my eyes why they are more developed than us, more advanced than us, because they develop like reading interest, learning. Then it must be cultivated in our, it must be instilled in our young generation that you must enjoy learning, you must love learning. If you don't love learning, you will not. Then the motivation to learn is not to find a job, to get more knowledge, to be critical in facing their life. This is their mindset. So
this is the principle. I mean,
not to find a job. To be a civil servant like us, not really. I ever interview them. What do you want to be? Just like become businessmen, like open their own startup. Like oh, we are really left behind.
It's different with our mindset actually about getting a job. For example, after completing our study or something else, and it's really different with us actually.
They say if I get knowledge, I have to apply it in my real life, daily life. Open my own startup. Not like us, after completing my study, I want to register for civil service.
Getting another job.
Getting another job.
Okay, I want to ask you, have you gotten like a Ramadan day in Australia?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about your experience?
Oh, it's like I really miss to go there because there is like I forgot to say to you, to tell you, like Islamic community among all the nations there. Like we ate how to say nasi, I don't know, from Arabic. It's like in Indonesia like nasi kuning, something like that, like kebuli rice. Like with the meat of the goat.
Okay.
And then it was spicy. But we like it. It's spicy and I really like it. And our togetherness, like although you are not similar from their country, their fellow country, we are brothers. Hey brother, come here. It's like I always eat 2 plates because I like this is the memorable thing in my life. Like I go away, I travel away from my homeland, from Indonesia. The first time sometimes I want to cry, but I feel compassionate. They're really compassionate. So it's like we are brothers. So wherever we are, I think the solidarity among Muslims is still good, although we are from the different countries.
Different country, wow.
Like from Pakistan or Bangladesh, or from Indian students. Oh, they really, hey, come on, join with us. Like, do you want more? You can pick up this one and bring to your to your home. Okay, thank you, brother. I feel, oh God.
They really care each other.
Yeah, really care each other. So don't worry about Muslim solidarity. It's like wherever you are, you are still connected to each other.
Wow, that is the memorable.
Yeah, memorable
experience actually.
Experience in my life.
Unforgettable memory. Yeah. Okay, how about the native there, if the Ramadan day?
But Islam?
No, the foreign.
Foreign. We didn't really interact a lot with the native one, because like people from, how to say, I can categorize that Australia is like developed countries. Like one typical characters of developed countries is like high level of individualization. So not like us Indonesians, like wherever you are, even you just meet 2 days, 3 days, you can deal with one another. Hey, hello. But it's just like my personal opinion. I don't want to generalize that I'm like this, the Australian like this. What I can find there, it's like they are really talking when they are asked by us. When you don't ask them, they are not like us. Like although you don't ask them, hey, I will give you information. No, they are talking when they are asked, are being asked. When it's not really important, they will not talk. It's like
individualism.
Yeah, that's why there is like a park there, like for socialization. Although there is like city park, but still not really crowded, I think. When they come back to their home, they just stay at their home. Don't go out anymore. Not like us, like after coming back, we still go to our neighbor's house. Hey, say hi, hello. No.
After
it will not happen.
So, sir, as a Muslim, what value that you apply in your daily life?
There?
Yeah, over there.
Since I stay there, it's like wake up in subuh time.
Wake up.
But only I did it in summer and in the summer and during summer and how to say, in winter sometimes I woke up late because it's too cold. It's really nice. It's really good to
sleep.
It's sometimes like 2 degrees. Sometimes even like -1 degrees. But when it is very hot, like 40 degrees.
Wow.
It's very hot. Even like my friend, he put up in her laptop in, how to say, rice, the place to put rice, because it's like it's about to be melted. Very hot.
Wow.
Yeah, really hot. Like the value that I applied there is like wake up in the morning, daily routine, and also greeting people. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Say one thing that I always find there, like when they do something bad for you, sorry, or they have a tattoo in there, or they help them, although a little bit, thank you. It's really that kind of culture really instilled on my brain, I think. The expression sorry and thank you.
Sorry and thank you.
Yeah.
In daily life.
Although they are bigger than me, they have tattoo. So sorry. Like,
sometimes you feel scared or what?
No, because they don't show their how to say scary face. No.
Oh no.
They really understand that kind of failures, like discipline also. How to be honest to yourself. They will really appreciate if you're really honest. So, how kind you are. Sorry, and culture.
So many culture that we can learn from Australian.
Especially for me,
based on your experience. Actually.
Sorry and thank you. I always hear it every time. Hey, thank you.
Sorry.
And smile.
Okay.
But don't intervene people's business if they don't ask you. If not, also don't take their picture without permission. No.
Without permission?
No. You're really sensitive. Can we take picture? No.
Oh, I see.
This kind is gonna people like hack that picture and use that picture to do criminals. To do crimes, something like that.
It's some failure that you find from Australian.
Like love learning. Oh my God! That's why I still ingrain that it is still on my brain. I love learning. When you love learning, you will develop yourself, like how to be critical thinkers in every problem that you do.
Okay, sir. Before we close our program for today, I wanna ask you, or no, ask actually, one thing that you wanna say to the viewers to motivate them to, for example, got the scholarship in Australia.
One thing that I have to encourage to friends, to our viewers, that never give up on your dreams. I have one quoted sentence. Don't dare to dream the impossible. Although you fall, but you just stuck up in the, how to say, on the cloud. Dream big. Always dream big. Dream the impossible to reach the stars. Although never become afraid of dreaming too high. People, hey, you dream too high. Just although I think we have Allah. When we really believe in Allah, Allah will help us. So I think we have to be optimistic in our life. Like, although people always say that it is difficult, don't have a mental block. Like, mental block is actually the enemy is not the other people. The enemy is our mindset. Don't say difficult, people will really try it. Like pursuing scholarship is hard. Yeah, it's hard. But if you never start it, you will never go there.
That's all, sir. That's the beautiful advice to all the viewers in IMTV. And thank you so much, sir, for coming here. Nice talking to you. Inshallah, for the next time, we will make a chit chat again, inshallah, in this place. So, Ivan, how do you feel for the first time in this place?
In this place,
are you feel happy?
Yeah, I feel happy. So we have to enjoy everything that we do. So to give, to distribute your energy, electromagnetic energy to your audience, you have to be happy. Similar with when I want to teach, I have to be happy first before teaching them. So we can distribute our energy to them.
Nice.
So our message, our teaching can be conveyed there. If we are happy. So happy should be learning. We have to be happy in everything that we do in our life.
Happy. The point is always be happy. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So for the viewers, that's all our program for today. Nice talking. The last time I'm going to say nice talking to you. And we will meet for the next time. That's all for us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.